this new report out today shows just how serious the situation is. Called The State of Black America Unmasked, the months-long study has some sobering reveals.
Nearly twice as likely to die from it as whites.
The head of the National Urban League, which carried out the study in neighborhoods across the U.S., talks about this. COVID is, of course, deadly and kills 1 of every 3,350 white people and 1 of every 3,000 Latinos. But in the black community, the chance of death is much higher, 1 in 1,450. When it comes to hospitalizations, the contrasts are much worse. 213 black people have to go to the hospital for every 10,000 in the community. Similarly, among Latinos, with 205. The number of whites that COVID puts into the hospital is far lower, 46.
It has disproportionately devastated black communities.
The report shows why. Far more people of color, blacks and Latinos, are driving buses and trains, working in hospitals, grocery stores, and other essential jobs. Just under 20% of blacks can work from home, but even fewer Latinos, 16.2% can. For whites, nearly double that can work at home, almost 30%. But the report says that protests and unrest that we've seen this summer may be able to mobilize change. Agreeing with that, the head of a New York poverty-fighting organization.
It's led to a kind of ferment that you might start to get some real movement on these. I think this has been a wake-up call, that the health system as it exists now is just not sustainable.
We may move some of this concern, to use a mild word, from the streets where it's now being carried out, and into the courts and regulatory agencies.
John Banshaf says the new report can create change. He should know. He's the reason there are only anti-smoking ads on TV, as well as no smoking areas nationwide. He took the tobacco industry to court and won over and over. He says this new report's harsh information is actually the start of change.
We have what is called disparate impact. Something is having a disparate impact, and on that basis, you can begin a lawsuit or an administrative action before a regulatory agency. It's courts and regulatory agencies, probably more than people in the streets, who can actually do something about this problem.
James Ford, Pix 11 News.